Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank all of you for being here today. My question deals specifically with MEADS, Mr. Secretary. During your confirmation process, you assured your former Senate colleagues that that you would uphold the NDA prohibition on funding MEADS. What's changed that, and why have you moved forward with it?
Well, what's changed is the appropriations bill that was passed a few weeks ago that put the money back in the budget to fulfill that last year commitment. According to our Office of General Counsel, and I asked for legal advice on this, they have told me that we're obligated to finish that contract as a result of that appropriations directive with the money, and that's what's changed.
Well, I respectfully think you need to get some new lawyers, because I believe it's pretty clear in the NDAA we said the final obligation in 12, and then in the language we've used is the prohibition. It's a prohibition on the use of funds for MEADS. In addition to that, it's foolish for us to be spending almost $400 million on a system that nobody's going to procure, nobody's going to buy. And in the times we face today, with North Korea rattling their saber, in this case rattling their missiles, we ought to be focusing on missile defense. And I see the President's budget cut over $500 million in missile defense. I mean, this to me is just foolish to be spending $400 million on a system that that just is never going to be deployed.
I'm not here to defend MEADS, but I would respond this way, aside from what I've already said about our legal counsel advising me that we were obligated to make that last payment. Two other points.
And they say you're obligated under what law?
Under the appropriations.
And again, this committee, the committee in the Senate, the Armed Services Committee, we write the laws. The appropriators just cut checks. So the law is pretty clear.
Thank you. But that was the advice I got from counsel. We went into it at some detail, and that was a decision I made. There are a couple other facets to this to respond to you. And again, I'm not here to defend that system. That was all in place long before I got here. There would be, if we didn't fulfill that commitment, there'd be litigation costs and there would be penalty costs, which might have actually gone more than what we're going to do to fulfill our obligations to our partners, Italy and Germany, on that. Actually, there are some things that came out of that, as I've asked a lot of questions about this, because I've gotten hit and we'll get hit again with questions on it, and should be. What did we learn from this? Is any of this applicable for us to go forward? And I'm told by our missile people there are a lot of things that we can use. Now, I know that doesn't satisfy with your question. And
well, not only does it satisfy, but the fact that there's a 2005 memorandum of understanding that clearly states the responsibilities of the participants will be subject to the availability of funds appropriated for such purposes. And again, we've passed a law that prohibits that. So it seems to me that your lawyers are wrong again. And as far as the components of interest, the MSE interceptor is something we want. We're already integrating it into the Patriot missile system. And the other thing that we want, the 360-degree radar, is under a stop work order because of the funding of the Germans and the Italians. So, again, we're the American people, the taxpayers, are paying for something that's never going to be deployed. Well, we've harvested the technology, main technology that we wanted on this system. So again, we're going down a path here, and we've got North Korea. Everybody's seeing the news. Who knows what that crazy guy's going to do? But we got to make sure we're beefing up our missile system, and the President's budget cuts it by, I believe, $550 million. This is irresponsible. And again, you as the Secretary, I think you need to go back. I think you need to talk to your lawyers, because I think there's probably grounds here to sue the Department of Defense. So now we're going to get into litigation. And I think you have a responsibility to the American people, first and foremost, and get another crew of attorneys in there to make sure they understand the law.
I will ask him a question again. Thank you.
I yield back my time.